Thank you, Julia, for the presentation. It's really lovely. Could you talk more a bit about your first motivation to teach those with special needs?
When I taught in a regular school, there were some kids in each classes, 2 or 3 kids in each one who struggled. When I helped them, I realized that I'm quite good at helping and inspiring kids. So I decided to continue my career in school for specific educational needs, and I really enjoy it when very challenging students get motivated, prepare for the matriculation exams, and finally they succeed. And after they finish school, they continue their education in universities and colleges of our country.
Okay, that's really good. Could you share one example of the biggest challenge that you've ever had in teaching students with learning disabilities?
Yeah. One example is students with learning disabilities get frustrated and often answer back to teachers, and sometimes they told me, "Teacher, leave me alone, I don't want to study." Yes, so I realized that he or she was frustrated because of low grades and struggling with the material, and I tried my best to make him or her get interested and study better.
Okay, so what was your first response?
I tried to convince the student, you are not studying for me, you are studying for yourself. English is very important in Israel, and not only in Israel. It's important for life, because if you want to get a good job, you won't be able to do it without English. And you won't be able to get good education if your English is poor. And I think that influenced on them, and they really started studying. First they listened to the songs, watched videos, films, and step by step they started to understand what the films or songs were about.
Okay, so you talked a lot about the usage of videos in your presentation.
Yes.
Or eye-catching materials.
Yes, not only videos, but also you can use flashcards that are eye-catching, and to use smart boards. In Israel, smart boards, yes. Okay. Whiteboards with electronic devices.
Right.
Unfortunately, in our school, we don't use smart boards, but yes, in our school, each class has a screen, a computer, which can be a television, and teachers write with markers on board. So if you teach kids differently, not only using traditional textbooks and notebooks, it will work well.
Okay, so just one last question. Let's say we don't have access to internet, or we have very, very limited access to these resources like videos or even flashcards.
You should make the flashcards yourself, or use pictures.
Good idea.
Yeah. Use table games. If students play table games such as dominoes or lottos, they also get involved in lessons.
That's a very good idea.
Or sometimes you can get your students to make their own games. They like it. For example, you can devote a lesson to making games.
Yeah? Have you ever done it?
Yes. Okay. For example, you can tell your students, you know what, today you're going to prepare some games and play them one day. And they will be eager to make games, to draw. Maybe some dyslexic kids are good at art. They draw very well, and they will be eager to draw.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.